Hello.
Hello.
It is our Christmas movie marathon that we've been having all month long in December. I wanted to wait to watch this one because this one is just a classic. It's from 1974, Black Christmas, which is 49 years old this year.
And fun fact, it's Elvis Presley's favorite horror movie.
Yes.
It stars a young Margot Kidder, Olivia Hussey. Who else was in this one?
John Saxon.
John Saxon from Nightmare on Elm Street. He plays Nancy's dad.
You got Andrea Martin, who actually was in this one and the remake of 2006 that I did a couple weeks ago. I talked about her. She was the only one that came back from the original Black Christmas to be in the remake.
After Margot Kidder was offered the role and denied it.
Yes. And then you got an unknown actress, Lynn Griffin, who played Claire.
Yes.
But if you've seen the new movie Priscilla, based on Priscilla Presley, which just came out in 2023, she plays Elvis Presley's grandmother. So interesting fun fact there.
Yes, and also one last fun fact is that Malcolm McDowell was offered the role of Billy in this movie and declined it, and still
Peter.
Peter. Oh, Peter. Oh, that's right.
Peter.
He played Peter in the movie, and then he declined it because he didn't think the movie would be that well. And as he saw the success of the movie, he thought that he felt guilty ever since, and so he's always wanted to take that back.
Yeah, that's probably why he did Halloween.
Yes.
The Rob Zombie one. But yeah, you got Black Christmas here, directed by Bob Clark, who I did not know did A Christmas Story.
Yes, he still directed A Christmas Story too.
That is crazy.
He directed both movies.
So yeah.
And there's a big debate of which movie's actually better in the amongst Christmas fans, if this movie or Christmas Story is better. And I kind of don't really know. They're just such different movies. I can't really answer that. They're just night and day.
They are. Like one's horror.
One's a family,
like a family comedy.
And this one's just such a. Review aside, like score aside, I think this is just such a bizarre and strange movie.
So strange.
So bizarre.
It's creepy.
Just unnatural. Like even outside the actual fear factor, no, it's just unnatural. It has an unnatural vibe to it.
Yeah. So get this. It's a sorority house. These sorority girls start getting obscene phone calls, like creepy voices and stuff, and vulgarity. Like really vulgar. Really
disturbing noises and really disturbing like threats and comments. The phone in their house, and it gets worse as you find out what's going on with the characters, and then some of these girls just start disappearing, and then you find out that spoilers, that the person is living in the house. Kind of, with that note, kind of similar to When a Stranger Calls. All the calls are coming from inside the house. At first, they try to report it to the cops, and they're like, "Oh, whatever, just show proof. We don't believe you, and whatever," and kind of just rip it off. With these young women often being drunk or kind of just paranoid and not really knowing how to handle the situation, they all mostly end up dead.
Yeah, they mostly end up dead. But yeah, there's this guy that creeps into the house and starts killing them off one by one. And this is my pet peeve, you don't get a backstory, any information on this guy. They fake you out at the end and make you think that it's this guy Peter that killed everyone, which is Olivia Hussey's boyfriend in the movie, because there's a side story with her and him, how she's pregnant and I don't think she wants the baby, and he wants the baby and wants to get married, and all this other drama.
And so you're kind of left with an unknown killer, unknown purpose, and you kind of have to assume if you know the killer or not, if you assume their motive or not. Like, there's no clarity as to whether or not. And also, there's these other murders of these children that are never clarified if it was done by the same guy or it was done by another person, and they lead you to believe it's the same person because they bring it up. But I feel like it's unknown as to whether it's just another like random like finding of because they're looking, because what happens is one of the girls goes missing first, and it's the first girl to die in this movie. And all of a sudden they start a search party because the father was coming to visit this girl at her house, and all of a sudden they find the body of these children, I think 1 or 2 children in the woods. And so you're like, okay, did the killer kill them as well, or is this an entirely different case?
Yeah.
So there's some things that are kind of loose-ended or not really explained, which I don't know, I think goes with the whole feeling of this movie, just kind of being a little bit mysterious and bizarre, very, very different than a lot of movies like it. And I think this is one of the first real American, at least, American horror, like, Christmas movies that became a cult movie at first. It was received, but it wasn't really as well received at first, and then it gained over the years and has become more popular all over again.
And funny side note, apparently they changed the name to Silent Night, Evil Night, but it got bad reception, so they changed it back to Black Christmas.
They did. Also, Halloween, the original Halloween from 1978, was supposed to be a sequel, but then at least the title. And then John Carpenter got the project and made it different, kind of, and then became a completely separate movie, an entity of its own. So, yeah, that's another thing. This movie has a lot of interesting things about it.
Yeah, this movie's really weird.
It does. It is.
I would, after rewatching it, I would have to say that I kind of like the 2006 version a little bit more. Yeah. Just because of the backstory.
Yeah.
They focus on Billy's backstory in the new one.
Well, and even if it's not about backstory, I think this movie just doesn't always make sense. Yeah. And it's kind of confusing. And I think I get that it was supposed to kind of stand out, but it's just one of those movies where it's eerie. It's kind of it's. I think the thing about it that I think is the most impressive aspect of this movie to me is just how I don't know what the word is. So how cutthroat they were with the dialogue for this killer and the way they portrayed him and the way they made everything feel so raw, and the language that they used for this movie in terms of what the killer was talking about, and not just like swear words, just like really disgusting kind of like comments. And this is in the 70s, early 70s. I think it was a Canadian film, and I think just for the time period it's so amazing and kind of shocking what they were able to pull off for this movie. Not criticism, more so just like a kind of like a, I think one of the most, like, I think when I watched this movie for the first time, it was just sort of like a wow, because it's very there's some very sick dialogue in this movie.
There is. But yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie, though.
It is. Yeah.
It's a classic Christmas movie. I love this movie.
It's become
no matter what, it's still good. Even though there's some loopholes in it.
Yeah. I can see it's a cult classic among some. It has a very distinct vibe, and I think it appeals to people that, it draws a certain audience.
Yes.
Based on how unique it is, and just sorry, cut out. But basically, just I think it draws a certain audience, and
yeah,
I don't know what I was saying, but anyhow, I think this is a unique Christmas movie that's very interesting, and I think it's eerie, chilling, and different. So I think just for creativity and uniqueness, I'll give this movie a solid B.
Yeah,
I think
B.
It's not like a heavy B for me. It's just like a good B. This isn't one of my favorite movies. I think it's always been one of those where I never completely understood or completely grasped it, but I think it's an interesting movie, and I kind of enjoy it. It's one of those movies where you can watch it once in a while, so yeah.
Yeah. I think it is streaming on Shudder. I think you can find it on Shudder. If not, I think you can find it on Amazon Prime. But yeah, that's our Black Christmas review.
Yes.
Yeah, have a happy holidays, and we'll be back for Krampus this weekend.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Bye.